Welcome to your favorite time of the day. Today's January 15th, which is Martin Luther King's birthday. It's also the third Monday of the year, which makes it Martin Luther King Day. So guess what we're talking about today? You good. But before we get into the Martin Luther King discussion, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, turn on the notifications so you know when you got a fresh hot colada, and follow me on all my social media accounts at @CBasTheVoice. Let's get on with the show. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the biggest civil rights activists in the history of America. He led a number of protests, including boycotts and marches, to end racial segregation. During his acts, he was imprisoned a total of 29 times, and not one of those imprisonments would stop him from going on to the next movement. He was also a very smart individual. He pretty much skipped high school. He was in college at the age of 15. Also, his original name was Michael King Jr., and later on, Michael King Jr. and Sr. would change their name to Martin Luther in honor of the German Protestant religious leader. He was also the recipient of the 1964 Nobel Peace Prize Award, making him the youngest recipient at the time. Nonviolent protest was the approach of Martin Luther King. In December 5th of 1955, all the way through December 20th of 1956, Martin Luther King led the Montgomery bus boycott, in which people of color would not ride the bus system and walk to and from places that they needed to get to for 380 days. I remember when I was in 8th grade in Texas, and the bus driver did something that me and my friends did not like. And we turned to each other, we're like, man, you know what, we're not gonna ride this bus. I'm good, we're gonna walk to school. And we walked to school. We were walking to school for like the first 3 days. And then like day number 4 came around, we walked to school in the morning, and then we had to walk back in the afternoon, but it was hot as hell. It was too damn hot. We all looked at each other and we're like, hey man, y'all down to ride this bus? And we're like, yeah, I guess. So we lasted about 3.5 days. That's 376.5 days less than the boycott lasted. And he was a front runner of this. That's one of his famous nonviolent protests, which we still see his fingerprints on today's society. Look at what just happened with the NFL. Regardless of what the message was and how it was delivered, Colin Kaepernick started a nonviolent protest, which is rooted from those of Martin Luther King Jr., who's still impacting our society today. And what he fought for is still present in our society. There has been progression from Martin Luther King Jr.'s era, but the problems are still here. He was an innovator for the civil rights movement. And today we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s doings. He didn't just protest it for black or colored, he protested for anybody who was discriminated. He was protesting for people having equal rights. This was a people thing, appreciating who we are and what we bring to the table. Martin Luther King Jr.'s voice transcended America, and he voiced out to the world, and the world listened. There was people all across the world who were thankful for Martin Luther King and would send him thank you letters because they felt appreciated by him. They saw that they had a voice out there for them, and that's what we celebrate today. It's not about black or white, it's about people coming together. We're here to help one another. We are a community. We're not here to bring each other down, but uplift each other. Spread the love. If you want a specific topic talked about, make sure to leave it in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe. Happy Martin Luther King Day from your favorite time of the day, Colada Time.